doing today, G?
Man, I'm doing great, doing great. It's a beautiful, glorious day over here. I'm over here in the Marina Del Rey area. I'm about to go on a hike too this morning, so doing great, blessed. Got a lot of energy from God and downloads internally, and very excited about today's segment.
Good, good, good. Yeah. So, what we try to do is we try to
Yeah.
address a lot of the issues that are plaguing people in general, but specifically the people that are in our genre. And mental health and his spiritual and emotional health is a big deal. It's a big deal. It don't have to be, but it's definitely a guiding factor in how we move and how we process and how we move in this space. So, just we just was prayed about it, and God gave us what's the word? He just said, "Do it. Go ahead and just spread your love and pour into people and use your platform to do
Yeah.
it."
The,
You got
the
motherfuckers.
leading, the
Yeah,
guidance, whatever, whatever.
that's right. Um,
He
So I,
said,
I, I,
God
I
just said,
just
yeah.
I just thought initially that we could just start with a base because we're going to be coming every Sunday at 8 o'clock and every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you guys are tuning in from Louisiana or somewhere back there, it's a different time, but we're just going on the Pacific time, 2 hours difference. I guess it's 10 o'clock back there. And today, just to open the platform up, um, one of the subjects is that we need to start at the truth. Well, we're gonna always bring you the truth. And the question I would ask is, are we free? Are you free? That's a general
Mm,
question. It's always,
right.
yeah. So, what do you feel about that, G?
So yes, I think first, G, look, we got to define freedom. I think there's a lot of ideas and concepts about freedom and what people think that is and what it means to them and different things. And so, breaking that down, I think there's an illusion of freedom for that we originally called freedom when we're first looking and seeking for it, and then we get deeper and we realize what true freedom is. And just to expound on that a little bit before I pass it back to you is just I feel like at first freedom people think that means you could do whatever you want
Mhm.
in this place, right? Just like I could do whatever I want, and that is an initial introduction of freedom, which is nothing wrong with that. But just at any time, I can go anywhere I want. I can say anything I want. I could be whoever I want. I could whatever, and that's why people seek, the external things first, money and stuff like that, because that can provide, you to be able to do that. I think after a while, though, after a while of burning that out and understanding that that's a trap in itself, because freedom is an internal thing, and freedom is the ability to feel that openness and availability within yourself for whatever's coming through and whatever's sourcing through you and whatever atmosphere God got you in, to be able to feel the breath of fresh air through that, to feel peace and to feel contentment and to feel housed in that space wherever, whatever your life got you going to. And that's true freedom from my experience. And I feel like most people that has been on that journey would attest to that. Nothing wrong with the external original thought of freedom where it's like I can do whatever I want, but that burns out fast and there's way more to it than that. So I want to start with just letting that be known as we can go straight to the truth, the inner truth of what freedom is. That's what I would say. What you think about that, G? Look.
Yeah, agreed. Freedom is to me is a concept that can trap you. I mean, you're free in God's glory when you come out the womb. That's about the last full freedom that you're gonna recognize unless you just stay with the umbilical cord to God, because you're not gonna recognize it with the different trappings here on Earth. I think more indigenous, more people that don't have a lot of bells and whistles around them can tap into what truly freedom is. It is a spirit, it's a state of heart, mind, and soul. So it ain't like somebody can just say, "Hey, you get to work from home, and now you feel free," or "You got $1 million, now you free." You know what I'm saying? I mean, you are free from thinking that $1 million means something to you. So now some other shit. Are you free? You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like
Right, right.
it's a
Another
maze of
box you got to
traps.
break out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when we talk about freedom, damn, what are we talking about? I mean, it's an achievable
Man,
goal. We don't want to
I'm telling
discourage
you,
our
let's just,
people.
I'm going to tap in on that since you put that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's achievable. It's just not what it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's achievable goal. It's just not what it seems. At first,
Hmm.
you think it's an external thing. So, say you want to get in shape, and you feel like if I get in shape, I'm gonna feel free. You Once you get in shape, your body's gonna tell you, your mind's gonna tell you, I could do more. There's more in shape I could be. Right?
Hmm.
Once you get, if you don't have the internal freedom, once you get a certain amount of money, say I just need $2 million. Once you get that 2 million, your consciousness, your mind is gonna tell you, well, damn, I need more now because it's gonna up the level.
Hmm.
And so, if there's nothing wrong with those goals and those freedoms, but if you're not having the internal freedom happening at the simultaneously at the same time,
Right.
then it will be a trap
Right.
because you won't be able to know how to digest and balance yourself with whatever external goal or whatever external experience you having,
Right.
and that's the prerequisite to freedom in my experience.
Right.
So I
Right.
definitely want to tap in on that because you speaking on that, and I'm like, yeah, it can be a trap for sure. It could be a maze or definitely a trap of a never-ending ladders if you don't tap into the internal aspect of the surrender within that, and that surrender within yourself is part of your freedom. It's the freedom of the lot in the life that God has given you, and able to enjoy everything that comes in the goals that you have or whatever you experience or achieve in this place without having the pressure for the trap of more or it's not enough or that distastelessness that happens when it happens. You're like, wow, I thought that was going to be,
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be amazing, and it's just like I just want more now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the actual freedom of not seeking freedom. It's just a being.
Right, right.
Because yeah, each thing is a thing. So if you start basing your freedom, and I mean your mental and your spiritual, mainly your mental. I know you talk more on the spiritual. I'm talking about your mental and your emotional. Because your emotional freedom is based on, it's a concept based on circumstances that are set up. So, like you said, if you got $1 million, but you're sitting at the beach alone and you don't have your family or you don't have a desire or an avenue to talk to God, are you free? But you are free. Everything is good, is no bad. So you are free in living. But because everything is good
Mhm.
and bad, you are not free. Because you you have to recognize that to stay free. You have to recognize freedom to stay free. So if it's not to me the one off, is the direct source to God to bounce everything off of your peace with God is your ultimate freedom. Because I think it could be a clusterfuck down here.
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I want to comment on something you had said. Though, for me, my like spirituality to me does encompass your mental and emotional. I think those are aspects of your spirit. So I take that into consideration. Like that's why I started off as a counselor in mental health because I
Mm-hmm.
knew that that's part of your spirituality. Your mental health and your emotional health is tied into your spiritual wellness. So
Right.
I definitely understand and agree that with that for sure with you. But I definitely agree with you was saying about yeah, your internal freedom and connection with what you would call God or the divine or something higher within yourself is definitely the only avenue and grounding for you continually to feel that because we're in an ever shifting space, an ever changing space. And if your stock is too much in the outside, if they change the rules tomorrow
Yeah.
about the game, or if something happened,
What do you
you know
mean,
what I'm
like?
saying? A natural disaster happen, or um,
What do you mean, like you got to wear a mask, or you got to stay in the house, or you can't? You run out of ass paper, or you mean something like that, or your job shut down, or you can't play a whole college football season after you just your whole life work, and then it shut down college football. You mean something like that?
yeah, those are great examples. Great examples. Yeah, man. Yeah, just yeah, your whole world shifting that you put your stock in. If it's not some inner shit,
Right.
I mean, it's not nothing wrong with loving what God has given you externally. That's part of the enjoyment of the place to a degree,
Mm-hmm.
but it is definitely not the totality. of our enjoyment and our peace and our contentment and our grace and our love because it can't give you it. It can't give you all that.
Right.
It can give you a hit at times, but it can't give you the supreme inner love and constitution of fortitude that we actually desire in our infinite self. It just can't do it.
Hmm.
So it's nothing wrong with having a pretty setting. I'm in a pretty setting right now. It's
Right.
beautiful. I'd rather be right here than be in
Hmm.
Detroit,
Right.
you know. But
Right.
but at the same time, that can't dictate my inner fully, my inner peace and freedom fully. It is an accentuation to what I already am. And that, and of course, we want to be in the highest settings possible, have the best things possible. But we realize that our spiritual, emotional, and mental well being is grounded in something way deeper and higher. And that is the human condition in this experience, being spirits in a human condition. So it's a balance, you know, it's not a rejection of your life or man, some money or nice cars or whatever God gives you that gives you little joys and stuff here, but it's definitely not the end all be all to what we're talking about. And this is more of a journey into within yourself and a reflection with other beings that's on that journey as well. And when we see it and we feel it, then we're able to pass that energy on and find our safe places within practices and our abilities to share that and hold that space no matter what God is bringing in this physical experience. And that is probably the most ideal way to experience this place, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna let you get to your hike, G. I just wanted to introduce the crowd and our hearers to some of the format. I know a lot of people are facing depression, suicide. They have the monumental family hurdles. Maybe in my community, maybe the horse is sick, or maybe they can't afford the hay, or it's extreme weather conditions. And I'm not trying to be Mr. Gloom and Doom or nothing, but what I'm saying is a mental cleansing, emotional and spiritual cleansing is what we seek to provide. We'll have guests on here. Your questions and your concerns are more than welcome. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe and hit us with a subject that you want to discuss or some kind of a end to a role, a means to an end to get you on the right path of getting balanced. So that's what this is all about, is spreading the love out. And so we would encourage you guys to let other people know that at 8 on Sundays, you might not want to go hear Reverend Chitlin at the church tell you some shit that's going to last till Wednesday. Then he'll tell you some more shit that you can't relate to. Maybe you want to talk some real talk about the bottom line, which is about yourself and your connection to God and what that's about. And so that's what we're all about. Not about the controversy and none of that, but it just kind of feel kind of funny, uh, certain people singing gospel songs and guiding you another way when the truth is the truth. So that's what we seek to in Cream Rises, because all of that's going to come up. And so G, being the conscious consultant, has a history in that. He spreads love. He has clients that he talks to. So we're just gonna spread this out. If you like what you're hearing and you have some input, it's an offshoot of the Gila Corral. The Gila Corral is actually more horse related. We'll be interviewing and talking and going to different events and spreading love amongst what we do in the equine field. But this is more about our spirit. In the black community, particularly, we like to do things like pull up in Rolls Royces at 22 years old and shoot niggas downtown all in front of everybody. That's okay. That's mental illness, right? So, so we kind of call everything what it is. Let's call it what it is. And then if you don't play, you know what I'm saying. So we have a disproportionate uh, number of mental illness reactions within our community that we're conditioned to do. So to free ourselves up to live in peace and vibrate is what we're all about in this network. So, G, in any closing words as we shut him down and kind of refine and let everybody know we're gonna be here.
Yeah. Um, like I said, we this is what we doing. This is the flow. This is what God's pouring out through us. And like I said, we tabling everything that comes up that's naturally coming up through the weeks and through the days and through the years. And like I said, if it's for higher purpose, higher consciousness, it's just to elevate everyone's experience, our experience, and to have contact and be in touch with something higher within ourselves that everyone craves. And enjoying and love as much love and as much grace as possible within this world we in. And And yeah, that's just kind of that's the direction, and we enjoying everything that God has given us, and like you said, utilizing everything for that purpose, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So yeah, it's beautiful, and like you said, I love I love it. We're gonna say the truth. We're gonna say it. It's gonna be funny sometimes. It's gonna be sincere, and it's always gonna be to the light. I
That's
always like to
right.
say, light is a feather and light is the sun. So that's
That's true. All right. So in the future, we'll be dealing with that. You know, little generation gap here. You know, I'm an old dude. That's a young man right there. He got people younger than him that he looking at now, and so we'll talk about everything. You know, foods we eat, what we put in our body, what we put our mind in, put in our minds and our spirit. And so this is just a gift to my cowboy world and my Western lifestyle world to add this piece to it because I know that sometimes we'll just get on that horse and just ride just to get that peace and that connection with that animal. But when we come back, that same shit gonna still be there. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you go, that's where you are. So it's all about
right,
the internal cleansing and the mental and spiritual cleansing. So
right.
thank you everybody for tuning in. G, you have a great hike. No, you know, you're not far. So after the hike, give me a call. Maybe we could do lunch or something. And then everybody else, especially down south,
Okay.
dealing with the weather, our prayers go out to you. Everybody dealing with any type of situation, their family, suicidal thoughts, or any type of emotional drain, just know that we're here for you to pour into you, love you, and please pray for us too, because it's not like we walking on water around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, we help each other to gain that. And so again, it's going to be on
Right.
Sundays at 8 o'clock a.m. Um, Pacific Standard Time, and then on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. And it's called Cream Rises. So this is a little light right here, just to get y'all in there. Like, hit subscribe, and spread the word. And so we will see you guys on Wednesday. Is that right, G?
Wednesday at 4. We'll see you guys Wednesday at 4.
Okay. All right. So you
Tap
guys
into
have
the
a good one.
Instagrams too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be hitting you on Instagrams with the little snippets. Okay, man. So you have a good one, bro.
All right. All right, D. Look.
Okay.